I'm so excited to let you know of the kainos, the Greek word for new, the new things that God has before us. But before we talk about those things, I want you to take a look back on all the ways that God has been faithful to our church.
5 years after Texas gained independence from Mexico, 16 people got together and they started Houston's First Baptist Church.
This is going to be a new start for us this fall, a new start in attendance, a new start in involvement, engagement, and in generosity. And it's going to launch us into the next phase that Houston's First is going to travel.
I look so forward to this, and I really do think there are so many great days ahead. We were going to rebuild this worship center. Secondly, we were going to have capital improvements all around our church. We were going to do a lot of stuff that wasn't fun, just things you don't see to keep the air on type of things. But also we were going to do some things that were really neat and redo our fitness and recreation center. We were going to build some worship rooms for our kids. We had to actually build 2 of them because it caught fire so much. Everybody just went after it and the kids began to pack it out. So we had to build 2 of them.
Be a part of the story. It was all about paying off the debt, remodeling the worship center, doing projects here at the church that absolutely needed to be done.
I mean, can you believe it? $25 million. A building that we have not even moved into yet is paid off, and we are completely debt-free.
It's been wonderful to see the church grow and blossom in ways that I never anticipated. When I came in 1995 to the current Loop campus, I never assumed that we would be beyond this one campus, but now to be able to visit in Siena and Cypress and downtown, obviously the expansion to multiple campuses, multiple faith centers means that we are touching people's lives where they live in ways that we could not have done so at the Loop campus.
To think about where we're going, I think about downtown. We're going into the heart of the city, and that ties in perfectly where we've been. That's where we started way back in the day.
We are moving forward with this downtown building and hoping that the Lord's going to just provide in a great way.
I'd like to give you a warm welcome and welcome you to Houston's First Baptist Church downtown.
And I'm standing right here at 11011 Mason Road on the property where our church is going to be in less than 17 months.
All of these folks are going out to be missionaries to the Cypress area of town, to be able to step forward and to know that God's going to use them in some great ways.
So on Easter Sunday, we will have the first service of Houston's First, Siena. What an exciting thing that is. We're so looking forward to making a difference in the Siena Plantation area of our city. We're buying the building that we're meeting in for Siena, for the campus there. What an amazing thing. We've had a faith center for many, many years that gives clothes and food away to people that are really basically struggling. And now we're opening a second faith center off of Harwin and Beltway A. We've seen God's hand through it all.
So Pastor Gregg tied generosity to discipleship. And many of you that were around at that time remember the generosity ladder.
Many have gone from extravagant to extravagant. That's even more fun. So go from tithing to extravagant. We've asked everybody to take a step up on the ladder. And so we want to tell you, this is the discipleship tool here of us all stepping up in our generosity.
Mission 1-8 was almost all outward focus. It was our city, our nation, our world, church planning, orphanages in Kenya. It was all money going out the door to accomplish missional causes.
Our new number, 70% of new people giving, is not 71 million, $76,492,708. Wow! We're going to make a difference in missions in our city, our nation, our world. With the widow, the poor, and the orphan, this is absolutely incredible.
Hurricane Ike, Hurricane Harvey, we've just seen over and over how the church is mobilized together in times of need. Those that had, gave. Those that needed, received. And the body of Christ, it was a beautiful picture of the body of Christ working together as one body, and the generosity that was previously given was available at that moment.
I'm here at the Oasis Room. Our people are working.
We could work together, pray together. It's really exciting to see God's people working together hand in hand.
50,000 meals went out from our parking lot. It was amazing.
We're here today on our first day of deployment to Lake Charles for disaster relief due to Hurricane Laura. It's always a situation where we see God show up and provide just the right person at just the right time.
I get tickled when new committee members come on, say the finance committee, and they're given a packet about 1/4 of an inch thick, single space lines, and every line represents a ministry, two-sided, and they're just overwhelmed at the amount of ministry that happens at Houston's First Baptist Church, and it's all because of the generosity of our members.
What an exciting thing it is to be standing in front of a children's building that God's going to bring up from the ground, and we're going to be able to minister to the next generations. We have been a part of funding 200 kids to be adopted.
What we do is we go into prisons and share the good news of the gospel.
Every single week, there's over 200 meals delivered to frontline workers and medical staff all across our city.
Volunteering at Apartment Ministry in Spring Branch every week is what gives me life.
Well, the generosity of this church has impacted literally millions of lives.
It's not about the money. It really isn't. And please don't leave here and be like, I knew those mega churches were into money. The whole thing was, it is about the faithfulness and power of God. Using a group of people. If you wouldn't have given whatever you gave, that number would have been different. You would have changed that number by not giving. And I want you to hear from me. I am so proud of our church.
God has done so many incredible things in the history of our church. He has made such an impact through us. Let's journey together to see the kainos, the new things that He has for us, the ways that He wants us to make a difference in the future.